So today I'm just going to be talking about things I believe that a person should keep private. And before I go ahead to talk about today's topic, I just want to state that people have diverse perspectives. People don't like being told what to do, or when you try to, push up a narrative. And you know how the internet can be. People will literally criticize you for what you said, because people will be like, oh, you're telling people to post this, you're telling people not to post that. Silence has so much great power in all circumstances. In as much as it's easy to, sit down here and say you should actually keep quiet about certain situations in our life, the first thing I want you to keep silent about is your weaknesses. I just believe that this is a major thing to keep silent about, because it's a touchy part and it's something that is quite sensitive to yourself. I don't believe that you should, let anyone know about your weaknesses, because I feel like it's something you can work on and you can use that opportunity to grow yourself as a person. You see those times where you just lay low on the table, for people to hear you, pour out your heart on the table. You're showing people ways you're vulnerable for them to attack you. And I'm not talking about the good people, I'm talking about the people that don't have good intentions towards you. So for example, maybe you've tried everything to work on this particular weakness. Maybe you have a bad habit and you just feel like you've tried all the things that you can do to make yourself a better person, but it's not working. Then you now tell yourself that, oh, let me go and meet this person that would help me. But you really don't know so much about this person. You just see them and you just rate them so high, so you feel like they will give you the best advice. But at times we tend to speak to the wrong people and we don't even know we're speaking to the wrong people. That's why I believe that you should know the person you're talking to. Sometimes, talk to God. And personally, my own method is that whatever I'm going through in life, I would go and research on how to conquer that situation, how to become a better person. Like when I mean research, I'll go on the internet, I'm reading books, I'm reading articles, I'm reading, getting information. Because I feel like not everyone has your best interest at heart. Because then again, it's very difficult for you to tell if someone genuinely has your best interest at heart. Like the way the world is coming up now, because I personally, as a person, growing up, I thought when I was in JS1, I think that's grade 1 here in the UK. I always thought everyone was like me, nice. I was a very nice girl. I used to give out my provisions. I was cute. I was just a nice girl. I used to give. I had to learn the hard way that people don't think the way I think. I feel like these are things you learn as you grow as a person. So, in essence of that story I've just told you, not everyone has your best interest at heart. Not everyone thinks like you. So many people have different upbringing. So their perspective is entirely different from your perspective. And you need to understand that everyone comes from different backgrounds. Everyone is different. They are not you. They were not raised by your parents. They were not raised in your community or any of that. You can have a friend that you can confide in and tell them what is bothering you. And you people can probably pray about it and you feel better. So if you have a friend and you trust your friend and you've gone a long way and you've seen that this person is there for you, this person wants the best for you, I feel like you can tell a bit when someone wants the best for you. In a way, I feel you can tell. But sometimes there are some people that are from the pit of hell and they would act like they are God sent, but they're not God sent. So you just need to be very, very wary. It's just a funny world we live in, but we would conquer it. So I still believe in having a particular friend that you can confide in. Just one friend, I swear. Okay, 2 can be fine, because at least when you hear that story outside, you know where exactly it came from. You get what I mean? Then the second thing I feel like you should keep quiet about will be your finances. You see all those people or discussing about your net worth, discussing about your financial ability, discussing what you have in your bank account, discussing what you earn monthly or per year, discussing exact figures that you earn. It's quite uncomfortable for some people. Some people love to hear that, but I just feel like again, I said, many people don't have the best interest at heart for you. And some people might have the best interest at heart for you. I'm not saying you shouldn't discuss what your goals are, what you see yourself doing if you want to be an entrepreneur. You can discuss, entrepreneurship with your friends, what you're planning on investing in, how you're trying to build your finances with your friends. Certainly, that's okay. but make sure you're discussing this with your friends and not just people that you probably met in a setting and automatically become your friends and you're just talking about that to them. You just need to be very, very careful where you're saying such things like that. Yeah, people, your friends or something, just flat out talk about numbers. Oh, I had 2 million in my account the other day. Oh, you're probably just talking about how you're going to get 2 Hermes bags or something. Like, nobody really needs to hear that information. To be honest with you, we do not need to hear. All I just want you to know is that you need to be very wary about people, because people can be funny, people can be extremely weird. Don't just, outrightly just throw out, words like, I'm going to get myself the pink Chanel bag, I'm going to get myself the brown Hermes bag, because it could build up, enviness, it could build up jealousy. And I mean, we're seeing stories on the internet of people trying to poison their friends and all of that. Like, these are stories we see on the internet. This kind of information are what leads to people to do that. Do you understand what I mean? Just keep mute. They do not need to know, okay? Do what you need to do within yourself. Let it be between yourself and God. Because sometimes as individuals, we tend to just talk, maybe just to be heard. And we don't even know we're talking to the wrong people, and these people start comparing their lives with yours and they start being jealous and negative starts creeping in. You do not want that kind of unnecessary drama in your life, trust me. So why not just keep mute about that? You see your financial situation, your financial gains, your financial losses, your debts, whatever, we do not have to know, or else that person you're trying to tell about your financial situation is going to help you. Then certainly, obviously, tell them. I'm not saying she's quiet, I'm not saying she suffer in silence. But if you're giving information and you're not expecting anything in return, why would you then go ahead to talk about it? Like, you see on Instagram how people will post money, a bundle of money in their ear. I don't know. You see people do that. It's just a bit tacky. Like, for example, I watched Real Housewives of Lagos, and I saw a clip of Iyabo Ojo, and she was saying, outrightly to Laura, she's another character in Real Housewives of Lagos. I don't know. People say that they're acting, but she literally said that, oh, my husband has a Rolls Royce. What does your husband have? That was a very tacky behavior. Like, it's not elegant in any way. It's giving off like you're just, it's giving off like you're new to wealth, or you're just experiencing such form of wealth in your life. I did not find that elegant at all. And to be frank with you, she's more like an influencer. So many people look up to her. You get, like, it's not something she should have said, regardless of, anger, whatever. I just feel like, I don't like it. So I just feel like as a person, you shouldn't do that. Like, just train your inner self so that you do not portray those kind of behaviors, if you get what I mean. Because some people can be watching you, like, you might at the end of the day, you might be an inspiration to somebody, probably your children. It doesn't even have to be the public. So yeah. Then the third thing I want you to keep silent about will be your relationship. I believe that relationships are very touchy, and I feel like it deals with a lot of emotions, and you shouldn't bring such situations out on social media or to the general public, because it's quite sensitive, if you get what I mean. It's not something you want everyone involved in. Like, if you have a problem in your relationship, you're on the internet, you're on live, you're talking about it on live. Isn't that a bit weird? Like, you shouldn't do that, because you're trying to get opinions from people, and everyone has different perspective. I'm telling you, like, people don't think the way you think. There are some people that even think the way some people think. When they tell you their thoughts, you will be surprised that, are we of the same creator? Do you understand what I mean? So why do you want to hear other people's perspective? Like, sometimes think about it. Have you not seen on Instagram all them social media blogs of how some people, portray their perspective, and you're just like, that kind of situation should let you know that you shouldn't be bringing your relationship to the public to get advice from people, other human beings. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't, post your relationship or whatever. If you want to go for, maybe you want to go for a vacation, you can just show your partner, whatever you want to do. It depends on you. Like, if you want to show your partner on the internet, that is fine. All I'm saying is that don't bring up, videos of yourself. Don't bring your problems to the internet. You should keep quiet about that. That is what I'm trying to say. And also, I'm not trying to say that you should be someone's secret. I'm not trying to say that it's okay for your partner to hide you. And also, don't get me wrong, I'm not coming for people that have couples channels, like people, you know, there are a lot of couple channels on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the other social media platforms. I'm not coming for those people because literally those people actually just put 1% of their life, of their relationship on the internet. They majorly show the good parts of their relationship. They're not putting out the negative parts. Some people literally break up and they as well post on the internet, but that's fine. That's what they want to do. I don't believe in doing that personally. Like, you know, I don't believe in putting my relationship out there, like, you know, telling everyone how we are cleaning the house. Like, they enjoy doing it and they obviously monetize from it, but that's fine. If you love that, that's fine. What I'm trying to say is that it can easily be avoided. And as we know, the trend on TikTok, some people will just come on TikTok and tell you the story of what their boyfriend did to them, or what their partner did to them, or a guy that they were dating. Like, just outrightly talk about that on TikTok, on social media. Sometimes I'm like, what do you want? What is the outcome of this thing you're doing? Because to be honest with you, most times it doesn't come out positively. Sometimes it comes out positively. Maybe you're trying to give a story and you want younger people to learn from it, or you want people to learn from your mistake. That's fine. I'm talking about you being in a relationship. You're still in that relationship and you're coming out on the internet to ask for advice about your relationship. Bear in mind, there are some people that are even watching you. First of all, they're not even happy you're in a relationship. Some people are just going to listen to it to laugh and, you know, share with their friends and they all laugh about it. 10 out of 10, sometimes the outcome of you doing that is not positive. It's not even good. So why would you do that? Then the fourth thing I believe that you should keep private will be your future goals. Yeah, there are influencers and there are people on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all the social media platforms you know about, that they come around and talk about their vision board. So people even go ahead to tell you their goals, which is fine. I personally believe that some people just talk about their goals, but they're not telling you how they're going to achieve it. So like, they're literally telling you just like 10% of that information. So I don't believe as a person you should tell people your goals. I don't believe in, you know, talking about your goals, your visions, how you want to achieve your goals is crazy. You can give a summary of what you plan to do for yourself, like what you want to do, what your goals are. Like now saying that, oh, this year I want to post 400 videos on YouTube. Okay, so that's just me giving you 10% of what my goals are. I've not told you how I'm going to achieve it. So literally, you can do that. Your future plans are supposed to be to work for yourself, with yourself, by yourself, and nobody else, just yourself. And example, in the UK, yeah, I've been in work settings where, you know, people try to have conversation with you and they try to like hear things about you. But as a person of color, I just feel it's our nature not to talk about ourselves, like to outrightly just come and be talking about ourselves to strangers or colleagues. So we're not going to, like, we don't literally talk about ourselves. But you see them on the other hand, they talk about themselves. Some of them even give just 10% of their goals, what they aspire to do and all of that. Some of them actually pour it all out. But some people, like myself, I don't care. I just listen and that's it. I don't take in account of what you've said and, you know, probably steal your idea. I don't do that. But there could be people that will do that. You understand why? Yeah. So definitely you do need advice from people. You need guidance from people. But make sure the people you're getting advice from are good people, good friends. Like I said, take your worries to God. I mean, maybe if you have a very close family member, you can take your worries, your problems to them and they could guide you. If that person's if the person's an expander, like I did mention, an expander is someone that has literally achieved what you want to achieve. So I feel like those are the best people you should actually take, you know, your worries to, because 10 out of 10, they will actually guide you in the right path, if you get what I mean. So always, you know, look for an expander and don't be jealous of your expander. Just have a good relationship with them. Yeah. And finally, guys, the last thing I want you to keep short about, like, this one is a common one. A lot of people do it on the internet, and it's like when you've done something good for someone, you come on the internet and you post about it. Even amongst friendship groups, family groups, you see people that behave like this. They'll come and they'll be like, oh, I helped Amaka get her car. I donated more than 60% of how much she paid for the car. I'm just a good person. Everybody needs someone like me in their life. Why are you doing that? Like, that is unnecessary information. It's giving someone that doesn't have true intentions. It's just giving weird, to be honest. Honestly, you can be a kind person, but you don't need to talk about it. You don't need to address that you have been a kind person. You've done that for that person. Honestly, your reward will come from God in heaven. God who created the earth. If you're a Muslim, your your reward will come from Allah. If whatever your belief is, your reward will come from your creator. Trust me on that. You don't need to tell people the good things you've done for them to acknowledge you and make you feel good. You don't need their validation, you don't need their approval, you don't need their thanks. That's what I mean. You can get it from God. Nobody really needs to know how much of a good person you are. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that so for example, now you see where you do good for someone and they do bad for you, they do bad in return to you, rather. Those kind of situations are different. And I'm not saying like you should outrightly just go outside and go and talk, oh, do you know what I did for you? I changed your life. I made you who you are today. You just need to work on your inner self and just tell yourself that what you're about to do, what would that achieve? It will not achieve anything. So it's best that you don't just do it. Just overlook that situation. I mean, like, one thing I've learned and I'm still learning is that do everything with a good heart and expect nothing in return. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm not saying that you should not be grateful to yourself for helping someone achieve what they wanted to achieve, or helping someone step into the next stage of their life or whatever. You should feel proud of yourself. You should feel good within yourself. And honestly, let me tell you something. Your reward will come from God. If you do good, God is going to bless you. That's it. Period. And also, I'm not talking about the people that have foundation or people that are raising money to promote the needy, like all those foundations we know about, all those GoFund and all of that. If you need help, please, you will get help. Like, ask for help and all of that. Like, I just feel like people that do all those people that do all those foundation, GoFund and all of that, I feel like they do it because they want to get, help from other people, and they're not doing it to show off their abilities, that they have money or whatever. So like, that's a different situation. Me, I'm talking about people that will, come out boastfully and be like, oh, they've helped you, they are the reason why you are where you are today. That is just wrong and shady. Okay guys, that will be all for today, and I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, show your friends, and let us grow this community. If you love this video, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let's talk more about this video. And if you have any video you'd like to see coming forward, you can just drop a comment what you'd like to see on my YouTube channel going forward. Let's help each other build this community. Thank you so much for watching, and do have a look. Bye bye.